Good morning. Welcome back to North Dakota Today. We all know how important agriculture is to our local communities and beyond, but what happens when a farmer needs a little bit of help? Tim Sullivan from Farm Rescue is here to tell us all about their mission. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here. So tell us, what is Farm Rescue?
So Farm Rescue is a 501c3 nonprofit that was started in 2005. And it was started by our president and founder, Bill Gross. Bill Gross was a Cleveland, North Dakota farm and ranch family where he grew up there. And in the mid 80s, there was a farm crisis at that time. So it really wasn't in the cards for him to stay on the farm. So he went on to be, went to UND to become a commercial airline pilot, and he has been a UPS airline captain for many, many years now. And he's based out of Anchorage, Alaska. But Bill, started this in 2005, where he just wanted to help farm and ranch families that were going through some kind of distress. And whether it be an illness or an injury or a natural disaster of some kind. And Farm Rescue is a volunteer group that comes in and does exactly that, rescues the farmers that are in need. And through the volunteers, we provide planting, harvesting, commodity hauling, livestock feeding assistance, and hay hauling for them. And so all of those things combined, as well as our outreach in North Dakota has been huge over the years. So that in a nutshell is what we do.
Wonderful. Well, that is such important work. What states do you all serve?
So Farm Rescue traditionally was a Northern Plains group. And what we did is we branched out soon from North Dakota, which we're very well known. And then, we went into Montana as well because it was just kind of close to that Williston Basin. And then we branched out into South Dakota and Minnesota. So we call that the Northern Plains. So that's the 4 states in that area. And then over the years, we found the need was the same in every state that had similar farming applications. So we branched out in a southern region of the Midwest, which is our Corn Belt region, and that's Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and now this is the first year in Illinois.
Well, that is wonderful. So it's volunteer-based. How do
Yes.
you find volunteers and what do they do?
So even our board of directors are volunteers. We do have a staff of 8, which I'm part of, and we are spread out over those 8 states. And so we look for volunteers from our sponsorship base. So many businesses and corporate entities like John Deere, for instance, are a big backer of Farm Rescue and a big supporter of what happens in the field. And so we utilize their equipment, but we also utilize a big part of their employee base as well, both retired and current. We also have retired and active farmers that come in and run the equipment. So we're running from planting equipment, which is very specialized, to combines, all of those things. And we train our volunteers as well. So we want them to be safe for one thing, but also efficient and take care of the equipment and do a good job with what they're doing.
Well, that is wonderful. How many families have you impacted?
So we're very, very close to going over our 1,000th family that we've helped since 2005. So that's a very big, momentous thing for Farm Rescue. So we should be going over that in the next 3 weeks because we're planting. We have several cases that are pending. Right now we're waiting for the weather in our area here. But in the southern region, we are already planting. So.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Tim, and Farm Rescue does such great, important work throughout the community. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, wonderful. Well, we have much more North Dakota Today coming up after the break.